Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Pat McKee of Pat McKee Photography. Um, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and about my photography business and how I got into photography. Um, I don't, I make videos sometimes, but I've never really made a video where I'm just talking to the camera, so this might be a little bit weird, and my thoughts are probably going to be all over the place because they usually are. But I will get started with how I got into photography. And it all started with video. I started out with a serious interest in making videos. And that came from skateboarding in high school. Um, I grew up skateboarding, and as a lot of skateboarders do, I found a video camera and I made skate videos with my friends. We would just go out to places and skate and film each other. And I eventually invested in a video editing program so that I could edit all the tricks and stuff that we do and put it to music. And that was always a lot of fun for me. Um, Both the filming process and the editing process of the whole thing. Um, so, having the video camera, I ended up moving past skate videos and I made a short film. It wasn't very good. In fact, I mean, the story was all right, but and there were some cool shots in there, I guess, but it was really amateur because I didn't have any formal training, um, and I didn't really have any idea what I was doing. But it was a lot of fun, both the making of it and the editing. And I was always really happy with the final product, even though it was kind of amateurish. It was something I was really proud of. Um, I never really made any other short films after that, but it was always something that was interesting to me. I did carry around my camera a lot. I would film not just skateboarding, but other things that we would do um, with my friends. We went cliff jumping at Rock Island State Park, and I filmed a bunch of us jumping off the cliffs and edited it together with some music, and that kind of stuff was always fun to me. Um, and I got to I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Um, and I got a piece of advice that was essentially do what makes you happy. And I thought, videos make me happy. I like doing this. So I eventually came across Nosy College of Art from my friend Daryl was going there, and he was doing photography, which wasn't something that I had ever considered at the time. But photography and video are very similar in a lot of ways. They're very different in a lot of ways, but let's focus on the similarities. So he was going to school there, and he was enrolled in the photography program. And I started talking to him. It kind of piqued my curiosity because I was looking at the photos that he was taking, and they were pretty good. And he hadn't been going to school for very long, and he improved really fast. So I started thinking about this, and then I started talking to him, and I asked him, you know, what he thinks about it. Um, and he was really encouraging, and he encouraged me to look into it, and I did. And I was still wanting to do video at the time, Um, but to get to the video program, you had to do 2 years of photography. Photography would teach you the basics about lighting and stuff like that. And then after that, you would get into your video program. So I eventually made the decision to enroll at NOSI in the fall of 2010. And I got a camera, a DSLR, and just dove headfirst into the photography thing. Because, I mean, my primary goal at the time was still to do video, but I had to get through this photography thing to get to that. Well, I ended up loving photography. Um, just as much as I did video, if not more, because this was something new to me. Um, so I started taking pictures, and it, it was just something that I really liked doing. Um, we had all sorts of different classes and courses to take on photography. Um, everything from portraits to fashion to sports to uh, commercial product. The school covered everything. Weddings. Um, but one of the things that kind of stayed with me was that skateboarding. I still love skateboarding, and I love skateboarding photography, but it opened up into more things, such as like pretty much any sports, any fast moving action is a lot of fun for me. So sports, but then there's also stuff. Another thing that piqued my interest was automotive. Cars are gorgeous. I I love cars. Um, and I love trying to find the best angle or different angles to shoot the cars from. I love a good picture of a car, because so many children have pictures of cars on their walls when they're kids. It's just it, it's one of those things. So cars, sports, action sports, extreme sports like skateboarding, BMX, pretty much anything. I haven't ever really shot any BMX, but before I skateboarded, I used to ride bikes, so I'm familiar enough with the sport that I could do it. Um, I've shot for MTSU's Ultimate Frisbee team. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ultimate Frisbee, but uh, it's getting to be a pretty popular sport among the college age kids, and it's kind of like takes a little bit of football, a little bit of soccer, a little bit of different things. And so I've shot for MTSU's Ultimate Frisbee team a few times. I went down to Alabama with them for a tournament to shoot. Um, I shot an MTSU basketball game. That was fun. That was hard, but that was fun. That was one of the most challenging things I've ever done photography wise. It was so fast moving, and it was crazy. Um, Another thing I like is events, and specifically concerts. Because who doesn't like going to concerts and stuff? But when you're behind the camera, it's a whole nother thing. It's taking this performance that's being done by the artists, and you're having to capture that, and in one photo, you want to be able to capture the energy and everything that was going on there. You want, because the viewer of the photo, you want to put them at that concert even though um, they don't have anything to hear, because it's just a photo. So that's really challenging, but it can be a lot of fun. Um, so that's mainly my focus in photography, and it took me a while to get there because I really had, when I started school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Um, but yeah, so I'm located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but I work pretty much anywhere in Middle Tennessee. I may be moving at some point. I need to travel. I want to kind of get away from Tennessee for a little bit because I've been here my whole life. Um, but I'm not really sure where I want to go. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I thought I'd let you get to know me a little bit. Um, hope well, yeah, I did. I definitely rambled, but hopefully you were able to follow everything. So that's it. That's me, Pat McKee. Thanks, YouTubes. I'll be uploading some more videos. I'll throw some slideshows up of my photos, and I still do some skateboarding videos from time to time, and I've got some footage that I'll probably throw up here on this channel that I've filmed of skateboarding. So look forward to that soon, sooner rather than later, I hope. Um, so I guess that's it. Thanks a lot.